Sagittarius. I'm going to do a recent release and receive reading today, and I'm actually going to do a little bit different at the end, so there'll be like a interactive pick a card, just a way for you to be able to play with your own intuition, and if this message resonates with you, then you have an opportunity to dig a little deeper and delve into a deeper meaning or a personal message for yourself. It will be kind of structured around maybe a physical remedy or just some sort of takeaway that can help you anchor into the messages that you did receive in this reading, just so that it gives you a bit of a longer time to help clear some of the emotion, or even to just try and bring in any messages that you do want to bring in to kind of further your journey. So I will be starting with an essential oil. So for those of you that are new to my channel, I'm a kinesiologist, and I feel that essential oils are such a great way to tap into the emotional component, and it just helps me as the reader to kind of tap into that energy as well. And I inhale it during the reading also, just to help clear some of the energy for you guys as well. So it's like a vibrational, energetic remedy. So yeah, let's begin. Sweet fennel. This actually came up for, I think it was Leo. It came up for one of the other readings as well. Smells kind of like licorice, like very sweet. Smells lovely. So fennel kind of helps actually release some sort of blockage or energy that's stuck in something that you're trying to achieve potentially, or it's just giving you that little mental focus upgrade, or that little bit of oomph to help energetically clear some of the mind fog that might be coming through, or just helping you see your way through a story. So I'm going to start with an oracle deck just to get a focus for the reading, and yeah, let's see what Sagittarius needs to hear. Sagittarius. Oh, okay, two strong cards there. Let's see what they have to say. Protected by angels, you are cherished by the angels and taking shelter. The answers are within. Okay, Sagittarius, so the message that I feel I'm getting is that you're doing it tough. There's something in your life that you really might be really battling through. It could be health, it could be the loss of someone, or it just could be like a very strong shadow aspect of your journey that's, you just feel it's kind of, you know, overwhelming. And I feel the messages are trying to remind you that you have some guidance around you, and you do know that. It's just that, you know, when we have that real human experience, it can be a little bit hard to reach or receive. But the cards are absolutely saying that you are totally protected and that you're not alone. And the taking shelter, the answers are within. So you've had to retreat, you have had to kind of go and lick those wounds or protect yourself. You're just not finding your inner strength right now to to see your way through it, or you're not sure how to, yeah, you're just not sure how you're ever going to come out of this space. You just feel so overwhelmed by it. And you don't even feel like there's an environment around you in your, you know, in your material world that you can grasp onto. But the cards are just saying, hang on, you're not alone. This is hurting. This is a big deal right now. But just hang tight. Like, help is coming. You're going to find your inner strength. The bottom of the deck here is valiant courage. And I just feel like, even though you are kind of not hiding, but you've had to retreat for your own protection, for your own sanity, for your own healing, you've had to take that time out. Help is on the way. So let's see what else we can see about releasing this situation and what we can receive in this story. I'm actually just going to do the fennel sweet again. Yeah, it's interesting. When I inhaled it this time, it does feel empowering, but it also feels kind of medicinal. There has like that, almost like that cough mixture sensation, you know, when you're sick as a child, you don't really want to take medicine, but then there's a flavor around it that helps the medicine go down. I feel like there is a situation that you have to endure, unfortunately, and the medicine around you, it is on its way. It is trying to help you. We just need to get some more clarity on what this is. But yeah, I really feel, Sagittarius, that you're in the thick of it right now, and that's tough. Okay, what does Sagittarius need to release in this story? Yeah, so you've got the Four of Swords and the Three of Cups. Yeah, you've gone through some really tough situations here. There's been definitely some trauma, some maybe illness or someone else, maybe some loss. I don't want to trigger anyone, but this is heavy energy that you've been going through, and although you've had to take shelter, I feel the cards are trying to say that although that's been very important to kind of mend your heart and take respite, it might be time to slowly come out of that. And even though that might seem impossible, the cards are here to remind you that you're not alone, and that you actually have a community around you, and that there has been some healing and people around you trying to coax you into seeing that, to try and support you through it, and they're doing the best they can to reach you. So maybe it's like releasing that energy that, when you think people don't understand the pain that you're going through, and we kind of want to reject them. It's just like release that look for the support around you. And if this isn't support around you that you feel that you can identify, then it's again another reminder that internally you are being guided by a higher source, and they're trying to call you out, and they have a protection, that they're standing with you. They're standing in solidarity with you. They're here for you. They're just waiting for you to come out again. But it's been brutal, and no one can take that away from you. Whatever you've been experiencing has been really tough. And you've had to do the healing. You've had to do the retreat. But let's see what you need to receive. What does Sagittarius, what can Sagittarius look to receive from the situation? Oh, four cards. So you've got the Wheel of Fortune, the Devil, Three of Inspiration, and Two of Emotions. So Two of Cup energy. Yeah, so you've got two major arcanas here. Wheel of Fortune, which is where change is coming, and it's the wheels of karma, and it's going to turn in your favor. You're going to be releasing this energy of the devil energy, where it's kind of kept you a bit imprisoned in this grieving process or this traumatic experience, or it might even be a loss of a relationship, this great loss and great heartache that has been what you've been struggling with. And that devil energy has kind of been keeping that holding pattern. And even though there has been a healing process with the cards trying to guide you to a change, it's a change to release this holding pattern and to remind you that you have the strength within to overcome this, and that you are being supported. You've got the Three of Wands and the Two of Cups, which is just another beckoning for you to realize that you have got so much to be living for and to be experiencing. You're going to be receiving that. And the Two of Cups, the Two of Cups is a card about equal exchange, and if this has been a love story or just a mirrored story in your life, just ask the questions about, was there a lesson in here that I could have learned, and what is it? What has it been bringing forward to? What has been the lessons? Because I feel like there's been a truer understanding, a deeper understanding of this journey for yourself, and you're just kind of been shown that you're going to be receiving that. It's almost like the recognition of that karma. If you feel like a bad experience is karma related, or that you've had to go through some of these lessons, you're gonna see or reap the benefits of what that was by equal what's the word I'm looking for? By an equal compensation is the lack of a better word, but where you've had this tremendous amount of pain, there is this equal opposite amount of joy that could be coming into your life soon. And you're slowly starting to recognize that. There might even be a mirrored part of yourself where you get to realize your actual inner strength, and that where you feel like you've been drowning, you're now willing to prepare yourself to rise above those emotions and almost rescue yourself as well. So that's a really important message, and that just shows you the courage and strength that you have within yourself, and that you no longer need to believe this old belief, this old pattern, and that there's so many things to be looking forward to. I'm actually going to see if there's a sabotage that might be holding you back in the story, just to see if we can get any more awareness of what's blocking you from moving from this position to receiving this emotional change, this to help complete the cycle, Powerless, yeah. It's very hard when we are going through such a traumatic experience to find that power and resilience to push on through. And I feel like this card is almost reminding you, you know, not to put labels on things, but when we are in that kind of archetype of maybe kind of like feeling a bit sorry for ourselves, it's kind of useful to feel powerless, because you feel like you can maybe have a recognition of your hurts. But with the sabotage card, it also wants to tell you that you're not powerless, and that's also just a belief pattern that's actually not serving you, and that you already subconsciously are aware of trying to move out of it. It's just that, again, you're stuck in this repeat cycle of feeling powerless, and then the benefits of being powerless means that action isn't really required yet. But you actually want to do work through that, because you're working in opposing sides of yourself. You're sitting on the fence of staying in the same pattern or receiving a new version of your life. And with this card, you know, the image is of a pawn piece, you know, which is allegedly the most powerless piece on a chessboard. But in actual fact, the pawn can actually move in all directions, maybe just one step at a time, but it has the power to take some mighty action in winning the game. So let me see if I can get any more awareness on your actual sabotage program. Is there a deeper clarity? Was one more that flipped. I don't always take what's flipped, but I just I'm gonna see. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles, right. Okay. So you've got the Page of Wands, the Sun, Ten of Cups, and Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, so a page is quite a young energy, right? So I would say that there might be a pattern in your earlier years where you were happy, you thought you had everything going your way, and then something happened to put the brakes on that very quickly, and it left you feeling powerless, and you're not quite sure, you don't quite have the full understanding. This might be a family situation, where you were like, you had no idea of maybe trauma cycles or shadow side. You were probably young and just thought everything would go its merry way, and so there was a hard lesson early on where that really came to a screeching halt, and you were like, I don't understand. And so, you know, when we're in that fight or flight stage and we don't understand, we kind of shut down and we retreat. And so this might be a pattern that you are doing, where you've lost the belief in reaching for your happy ending, so you keep yourself safe by keeping yourself a bit small. But to come out of that, and you know, it's a step-by-step process. It's like that pawn energy, you know, slow and steady wins the race. It is slow moving to move through that that energy, but it can be done. It can be done. And I feel like you will be moving towards that, because, I mean, the cards are like a little wake-up calls to say things are turning in your favor. You're going to let go of this pattern. You've got a lot to look forward to, and it's going to feel a lot more giving and taking. Okay, Sagittarius, I'm actually going to do the pickacard. Just to let you know, the bottom of the decks for what you're going to receive is Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Materials. So that's where you're heading towards. It's like realizing that you do have this support around you in many different shapes and sizes, you know, varied forms, whether it's your higher guidance or it's your community, which is a reflection back into that. but also understand your own inner strength and the potentiality of what you own and what you bring to the world yourself. And it's just about waking yourself up for that full bloom moment. So that's a really lovely message. So Sagittarius, I'm actually going to pick 3 cards. So basically, just feel what you're drawn to. If this message has resonated for you, then I do invite you to stay to see if there's some sort of physical remedy that I can share with you that might be able to benefit from. They are my acupressure cards, so it is an energetic system. So even though they have physical organ names, I'm not a medical doctor, so I'm not diagnosing. This is not, you know the deal. So they're just nice points to be able to send to yourself, to reflect on where you are and where you want to head, and see if there's a moment, a couple of minutes in your day where you can actually tune into that and set the intention and start to heal and make those small steps forward. I'm actually going to cut the deck because I don't want the cards to jump over. Okay, so pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3. So just take a moment, let your eyes be drawn, or your stomach tap into a physical part of your body, and just see where you feel you're drawn to. Which one can't you take your eyes off of? Which ones do you yeah, don't overthink it. Sometimes it's the first card that comes to you. So I will timestamp these, so let's begin. So card number 1, small intestine. Yeah. So small intestine is all about nourishing yourself. It's how we get our nutrition after we've gone through the digestion process. So metaphysically, how are you nourishing yourself, or could you be nourishing yourself better, or what is it that you can't digest right now? Like and you know, that even seems very symbolic here, right? Like there's something that you just need to feel that you need to heal and nourish yourself. But just ask yourself, are you doing things that empower you or disempower you? Because remember, this sabotage program about being powerless, it can feel useful at the time, but it's just asking yourself to kind of move out of that energy slowly. So these points at the back, just kind of where your fingers reach when you reach over the back of your shoulder. And law of deficiency will always play a part of this, so don't get too hung up on the right spots, and use your full hand if you can, so then you can't get it wrong. But they may feel tender. Just rub them and just kind of anchor into what emotions you're feeling, and just think about what can you do right now. Even if it's just this move, that's great, that's fantastic. Just give yourself that permission to rub your shoulders. Like, why not? It's a bit of self-love. It's just giving yourself a physical shift to then help deal with some of the emotional stuff, some of the heavy stuff, and assimilate that through your day if you can. I'm actually going to get also a final message for you, so just to close out the reading. I'm really smelling that fennel even without the lid open. Yeah, and you know what's actually coming through is perhaps you don't have a fennel, a sweet fennel at home, or any essential oil, but I feel like the message that's coming through is find an aroma that you love that feels really comforting and use it. Have it at the side of your bed. Have it, you know, whether you just, if it's like whatever, it doesn't even have to be an oil, it doesn't have to be medicinal. It could just be a smell that you love, that you can somehow put on a cotton pad, or you know, or whatever, or just have it just so that you can just tap into it. Because the senses are very powerful to work with. So I mean, essential oils are great for the limbic brain where we store all of our emotions. So very, very, very powerful remedies here. So can we get a card for pile number 1? I release all criticism. I only give out that which I wish to receive in return. My love and acceptance of others is mirrored to me in every moment. Yeah, so I feel with this card is kind of connecting to this one, you know, where when you're feeling really down and alone, you can kind of forget who's around you. And so you can kind of criticize their agenda because you think that they're maybe trying to manipulate you, or they don't understand you, or how you're feeling really low. So maybe it's like a sense of just release all criticism and just open your eyes to the love around you and to see what is getting mirrored back to you, because this is a mirroring card as well. So what's been reflected outside is either triggering you because but it's also a sign to reach that within yourself as well. So even if you feel people are trying too hard to get you to come to the land of the living, it's just a stronger message for you to reach that for yourself as well. It's like, be your own coach, be your own healer, be your own mentor, be your own best friend. Because it's being shown all around you. Even in the 5th dimension, you've got like, you're protected by angels. So just trust the messages around you. Yeah, okay, thanks pile 1. I hope that's helped. If it has, please leave a comment. I'd love to hear about it. And also, if you haven't subscribed, I would love to invite you to do that as well. And until next time, thanks a million. Okay, pile 2, the lung meridian. Oh yeah. Okay, so the lung talks to us all about grief and inspiration on opposite sides. So it's like, what do you need to exhale? What do you need to let go of, right? So this is literally a release and receive, and it's really how the lung meridian works, right? It inhales, it exhales, it breathes in oxygen, it lets go of toxic carbon dioxide, so what the body no longer needs. Do you need breathing space, or have you had too much breathing space? So have a think about where that hits for you. And there's a really lovely point just here in the almost like the fleshy part of the thumb, and this is a lovely discreet remedy that you can do, especially if you're in a place where it's kind of feeling a bit overwhelmed or having anxiety. It's just rub those points because mine actually hurts. So there's a message in here for me or for you guys, but just rub those points discreetly if you want. It's just very comforting, and it actually really releases a lot of emotions that you may or may not be aware of. I was also actually saying to pile number 1, the essential oil is, I can smell it even when the lid's closed at the moment. So I feel like there is this need to inhale one of your favorite aromas, even if it's not related, or if you don't use essential oils generally. It's just to find that smell that you find really comforting. It could be a food, it could be whatever comforts you, and just have it at reach, maybe at the side of your bed, if you can dab it on a piece of cotton wool or piece of material, or in a tissue, or just something that you can anchor into throughout the day, so that you kind of know what you're trying to work towards. I'm actually going to rub these points for you because wow, they are very ouchy. Okay, and with these points, if you do find that they are sore on you, I encourage you to keep rubbing them until they dissipate, because it's just a signal that there is a blockage in your lung meridian. So you just want to kind of clear that, and just yeah, ask yourself a couple of questions. What do you need to let go of? What do you need to bring in? what can you exhale? Maybe you need to do some breathing exercises, things like that. Just really work on in and out. Is it slower? Is it faster? Are you breathing too much right now? Are you like, just, can you slow it down? Can you, you know, really anchor into something tangible? And you know, and even if you don't remember this reading after you stop watching it, your subconscious is very smart. It doesn't forget a trick. So even if you just start rubbing these points during the next few days anyway, and if you can't even remember why you're doing it, it doesn't matter. Subconscious is working for you. And it's just another trigger for the subconscious to go, oh yeah, that's right, I'm trying to work on this, and I'm trying to come out of this, and this is what resonated. And yeah. Okay, great. So I'm actually going to pull a final message for you just to close out the reading for you, pile 2. And although this is a hard reading because there has been some sort of hard stuff to navigate, a sign that you're watching this message and that you're able to be in the vicinity of receiving it means you're ready. As hard as that might not feel, you are energetically ready. You're ready for the next phase. Else you wouldn't have received this message. You wouldn't have been in the vibrational frequency to receive it. Okay. Woo, straight away. I accept my uniqueness. There's no competition, there's no comparison. We are all different and meant to be that way. I am special, I am wonderful, I love myself. Yeah, you know, slow and steady wins the race, right? Like, there's no need to, like, physically exert yourself. You don't need to, you know, be running a marathon right now. And there's no shame or blame in this energy. You've had to do what you've had to do. Like, no one can tell you what your struggle is and how long it takes to recover from it. And so that's why it's an inside job, you know, to reach within and to love yourself and understand your own potential. That's why these cards are screaming at you, you know, the 3 of Wands. It's like you've got a lot to look forward to. And only you can choose to do that. And there's no right way of getting there. You just have to trust your own uniqueness and that you'll know the right steps. So yeah, lots of love and light, pile 2. And if this has resonated with you, I'd really love to hear it. And yeah, maybe I can provide further advice. Okay, thanks a million. Okay, pile 3, what have we got? Central meridian. Okay, so the central meridian actually feeds our conscious brain. It's also our brain energy. It's our nervous system. It's where it's a huge reservoir of energy, and it's really important to have in balance. And when you think about it, like, when we're in a fight or flight mode, when we're in trauma, it's very hard to get that conscious awareness to come out of that automatic nervous system. You know, we want to, like, do the rest and recovery so that we can knock our system into the parasympathetic nervous system. So what I would suggest you do, because this is the neurolymphatic system, so this is like, this actually needs to move through your body. And so there's 2 points just at the, so it's in this direction. If you just rub it with the knife edge of your fingers, you can cross over, because else it'd be awkward, unless you can do that, directly or do it like that, but do it both sides. Rub those points, and if they're tender, just keep rubbing them until it kind of dissipates. And just maybe ask yourself, what is it that you're not connecting to right now, or what you need to release? Is there something small that you can release in this spot? And I would be doing that quite regularly. Just and especially if it's tender, just keep rubbing them until it does dissipate. And then any sort of awareness, you know, I would even give you an additional tip. I would actually run your hand from just above the pubic bone all the way up to your chin, basically, or to your lips. Just run your hand like that 3 times in an upward direction, like that. And that's really just flushing the meridian system, or the central nervous meridian. And it's really just going to feed your conscious brain with the information that you want to receive. And it's just giving yourself that subconscious flag to tune into it, to anchor into this energy. And in the other piles, I feel like this is important to mention to all of you, because I'm actually smelling this oil even with the cap closed. So it's been wafting through throughout the reading. And I feel like that's a sign for me to suggest to you that our sense of smell is very, very healing, and it can tap into memories, good or bad. But I feel like during this process, it might be a nice idea to have a smell or an aroma. It doesn't have to be essential oil necessarily, but something that you find comforting. And just have it on hand, whether you can put it on a tissue or a cotton bud or something, and have it by the bedside table or in your handbag or in your pocket, and just, you know, every now and then, just give that a smell. Just to find that peace subconsciously, but also to anchor into some of the messages that you feel were important that you heard today. And I'm actually going to close it out with a final message, pile 3. And I hope this has helped. And you know, if there's any part of the story that you would like to share, I would love to hear it. I'm often happy to give extra advice where possible. So can we have a final card for pile 3? I listen with love to my body's messages. My body is always working towards optimum health. My body wants to be whole and healthy. I cooperate and become healthy, whole, and complete. Yeah, you know, like all of our emotions sit in our physical body one way or another, or eventually. So it is about that, you know, that holistic approach. And that's why I do love kinesiology. And, you know, even though tarot readings are, you know, lovely to get some awareness and guidance around your story, that's why I do like to bring in the physical aspect of it, and tangible aspects to it, even though they're super powerful and they are vibrational remedies. But it's just nice for us humans to bring things into a tangible world, and our body does hold our emotions. And so any opportunity that you can do to clear it, to bring it in, and just listen to your body, just listen to, you know, if you are in this space, you're lying and you just feel like you can't move or you don't want to move, ask yourself the third question: does it feel good to actually be laying here? Or, you know, just listen to your body. Just what is the steps that it's trying to make? Where is it trying to push you a little bit further than you are currently? You know, emotional well-being can be harder to achieve, but physical well-being can be almost automatic. You know, even just going for a walk in nature, it just really, really brings you back into the present moment. And that in itself is incredibly powerful. Even, you know, fresher smell air, a breath of fresh air outside. You don't even have to go for a walk, but just let the sun hit you, you know, see some green trees, like just ask the, you know, the earth to heal you a little bit that you can't reach for yourself right now. So yeah, look, I hope that's helped, pile 3. And like I said, if you have anything to share, I'd love to hear it. And till next time, thanks.